I'm Paul Sims, and I'm here with
Spider Chambers.
Vicki Lewis.
Joe Furey. Robert Spina.
And our special guest on the phone,
Dave Foley.
Hi, Dave.
Dave,
Hi, Dave.
Where are you calling from, Dave?
Pardon?
Where are you calling from, caller?
I'm calling from the Steve Allen Theater in Hollywood.
And why is it that you couldn't be here in person today?
I've been running around trying to get a job.
Oh.
Apparently, I don't get that much from these DVDs.
Well, that's
Not even copies.
Yeah, that's been a topic of debate here today also.
You know, it's interesting. The Steve Allen Theater is actually right next to where we are. Why, you couldn't just come over here?
It's very close, isn't it?
It's virtually across the street.
I'm starting to think you didn't want to come here.
Dave,
I did.
I'll tell you what we're looking at on the screen right now. This episode is chock full of notes. When your old a cappella singing group from college came back, played by David Cross, Bob Odenkirk, and Brian Posehn, all from Mr. Show. But we were discussing this yesterday. I wonder if you remember. I think originally when we wrote this episode, we were hoping to have a Kids in the Hall reunion.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it was going to be, I guess, a quintet.
Yeah, and why couldn't we get any of them?
Because the Kids in the Hall are.
Now that can't
That
be.
was the reason, wasn't it?
No, I saw you just last week. I saw you guys doing a new live show, so you all get along.
Oh yeah, no, we're all getting along fine. But yeah, it's very hard to get all the kids in the hall to agree to do anything.
But we couldn't even get one of them.
Well, we got Kevin for one show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did the commentary on that one yesterday.
Yeah.
But who wanted him, really?
We really wanted Bruce McCulloch. I mean,
yeah, we wanted the good people.
That's not true. And
No, we loved him.
and also we loved Mr. Show. So this was a fun one to do. And you had worked with David Cross and Odenkirk before, hadn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I like done stuff with them, and I remember I did a guest spot on one of the early episodes of Mr. Show.
Yes, indeed.
You know,
What did you do on that?
mostly wandered around acting all high and mighty, and then I did a sketch with him.
Is your
Okay.
is your daughter in the room?
She's in the theater part. I just ducked into the room here.
We were
Or do you
just-
want to do commentary?
yeah, we were hoping if she had any thoughts on the
Well, I was
episode.
thinking of bringing her. I was going to try and come over there and bring her with me today. But
Typical showbiz parent, just trying to force the kid into the business before they want to do it.
think she can dance.
Wow. Well, here's a question, Dave. This pertains to this, I think, in this episode. Your wig that you were wearing at one point?
Oh, was this one of the wig episodes?
Yes, we were talking about that earlier, and we couldn't remember exactly. Did you hate wearing the wig, or did you? We couldn't remember exactly. If you.
Yes, I hated wearing
Okay, that's what I thought.
See, I remember it differently. I thought he loved that wig.
I thought he loved wearing it. No, but I couldn't remember if it was just you didn't enjoy it, or you really, really hated it.
I really hated it because I looked like, I looked like a cancer patient.
Well, that's what we were going for.
Yeah.
Now, another thing we were discussing yesterday doing one of these sessions was we were looking at the episode, in fact, that had Kevin McDonald in it, where it was revealed that you had the hidden talent of being an expert knife thrower, and we got to discussing there were probably 5 or 6 hidden talents over the course of the show that it was revealed that Dave had. Do you remember what the other ones were?
Well, I remember. So I win a prize?
Yes, if you can remember 5 of them.
I remember tap dance.
And then let's
That's
pause
right.
on that one because we discussed that yesterday. You didn't like that one.
No, it wasn't. I didn't like the fact that I found out at table reads that I was supposed to tap dance by Friday.
But honestly, if we'd given you like a month notice, would you have gone out and taken tap lessons?
I might have. I wanted to learn to tap dance.
Okay, so we have knife throwing, tap dancing. Can you remember any others?
Well, can you do that for the next commentary, by the way?
Hang on.
Huh?
Joe is just
Yeah,
interrupting.
my reluctance to do the tap dancing came on the heels of the episode where I had to speak fluent Spanish.
That was another thing we
That was
talked
another
about
one we
yesterday.
mentioned. Yeah.
Okay.
And nobody translated, and it was always written in English in the script.
Well,
So nice we didn't have a translation.
you live in Southern California. I mean, come on. It's a little
I know, finally, Denise, our props woman, was the one who finally translated it into Spanish.
5 minutes before showtime.
And taught the Canadian how to pronounce it.
That's 3. Can you remember any other ones?
What do we got? We got knife throwing, speaking Spanish, tap dancing, singing a cappella.
That's 4.
Does video games count?
Yes,
That's right.
A high score on Stargate Defender.
Yeah.
Wait, Dave, did you actually tap dance then?
What
did you do
I think we
there?
shot an actual tap dancer from the waist down.
Yes, we did.
Oh.
Yeah.
And cut
okay.
back and forth.
And everyone,
Yeah.
all the other characters stood in awe watching.
The
but you
technology
never saw
wasn't
his
good
head.
enough yet for us to actually graft the upper half of Dave's body onto the lower half of the tap dancer.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when we recut these for high def DVD, maybe we'll have a chance to do that.
Or when we do the movie.
Yes. Now we're up to 4. Can you remember any other special secret Dave talents?
Wasn't that 5?
That was,
Was that 5?
That was all of them.
Well,
that was it.
double or nothing if you can go for 8, because I can remember more.
What other ones?
You also in addition to Matthew, you also were a ventriloquist known as the Great Ventriloquidini.
Oh, right.
We
Well,
learned
that's right, because
only
you did it
yesterday.
at the talent show.
Matthew did it at the talent show, and then Dave did it after the talent show.
Okay.
And
What other ones? I can't remember what the other ones.
you know what? Now I forgot it.
Expert coffee drinker?
Expert coffee drinker. Well, that wasn't really a hidden talent.
I could walk in heels.
Oh, that's true.
Dressing like a woman,
dressing,
as a
dressing
woman.
like a woman, and looking good dressing like a woman.
Right,
I
we were
think you have to
talking
count
about that yesterday, and I was saying how you looked like Isabella Rossellini.
I know he did. You were so pretty.
I'm not as pretty now in drag as I was then.
Oh, come on.
Exactly.
Come on.
You know, another
Do
thing.
you think Isabella Rossellini would look like Dave if she went into drag? No.
she dressed like
yeah,
a man?
A little bit, right?
Man,
What?
That'd be interesting.
Wasn't there some discussion about trying to get her to play Dave's mother?
that would
Uh-huh.
be great.
Sounds
That really would have
familiar.
been
Yeah, I
funny.
remember that.
I remember.
yeah.
I remember a conversation on the
I don't
stage.
remember. It would have been better to get her to play Dave's father,
That would have been far more interesting.
and we could have just used Dave's old wig and put it on her.
See?
Left her hair
Cost
up and-
effective.
Now, Dave,
You know what? I could have played Dave's mother.
You could have just done it yourself.
Oh, that's right. Split screen.
hello, dear.
When
of those
Jimmy was on the
Why
lamb.
didn't we do that? That would
I
have
know.
been.
That's a
no.
great scene with Steven
Oh.
right there.
Now, see, all these years later, we think of the good scenes.
Wow.
Dave, we were also discussing in the last session we were doing about, do you ever, for Kids in the Hall or News Radio, have you ever made the mistake of going online and looking at what the internet people have to say about your work?
Oh, yeah.
And how does that experience work out for you?
It's cool. I mean, usually it's all right. I remember when we were doing News Radio, I used to go on. I used to check into the Kids in the Hall sites because they were all the fans were so furious with me for quitting the Kids in the Hall, and there was like just rabid, filled with hatred. He's back on the people that made him what he was.
Dave, would you like to apologize to them right now?
You know what? I guess I'd like to reiterate a great big you to them all.
That's not really what I meant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're just digging yourself in deeper.
Yes.
At this was season 4 of News Radio. At this point, actually, I'm actually asking honestly because I was a huge Kids in the Hall fan. Were you guys like speaking to each other again at this point, or not? Or did you and Kevin always remain friends, right?
Yeah, by season 4, we were getting along again. It was just that first couple of years. It was like the year we were doing Brain Candy,
Yeah.
which I guess was after the first season.
Was it? No, it was before.
It was later than that.
No, I remember I went up and shot it on hiatus.
Oh. For anyone who
yeah.
hasn't seen that movie, it's Brain Candy. I love it. It's on DVD somewhere.
Yeah, but that's when the troupe was really in bad shape. And
Why did you guys have such a bad time then?
well, we were just tired, and I think I was just, we were just fighting all the time, and I was fed up with all the fighting all the time.
Was it harder making a movie than it had been doing the HBO show?
It was harder, and then there was weird kind of emotions going around because I was doing our show, because I was doing News Radio, so it was like, so anything I, said was met with, oh, really, Mr. Big Shot.
Oh, Mr. Network TV. Well.
Mr. Breaking Up the Group. Thank you.
Speaking of breaking up the group, we're looking at a scene right now where David Cross, Bob Odenkirk, and Brian Posehn just came out wearing striped jackets and straw boaters.
Barbershop. The barbershop
Barbershop
outfit.
style.
Yeah, and this was the 18th character that David Cross had played on the show, right?
I know.
played
How
a
do we
few.
pull that off?
Yeah.
He played, Brian.
Well, he did the magician.
He was the
Yeah.
magician. He was this guy. He was someone else. Then
Wasn't
Bri-
he Jimmy's nephew?
That was the
That was
same.
the
That was
magician.
the magician
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And then Brian Posehn was in the a cappella group here, and he was also
a weird,
In
like,
the bookstore.
a guy asking questions at
in-
Jimmy's book
In a
reading.
bookstore, right?
Right.
And then
Odenkirk was
Odenkirk was the lawyer.
He
wasn't
played a
in-
doctor.
Oh, the doctor in the
Odenkirk
injury.
Yes.
played a
Matthew
doctor.
Hand.
Yes.
The injury episode, which almost didn't air.
And
Yeah.
then after this,
It didn't,
after
no.
this, then Brian Posehn, then Just Shoot Me used him, and then he became some big and David Cross also.
Yes.
Both became big like recurring characters on Just Shoot Me.
And we
David
all,
Cross was on Just Shoot Me?
Yeah, he played
believe he was.
some funny character.
He is funny.
He is funny.
yeah.
Well,
And then we dropped off the map.
Yeah, and then it was over.
This
And
was
we
a
were number
an
78
interesting.
in the ratings.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all I had to say.
Oh.
You know that Vicki
7
and I
or
made a
8.
movie together this summer.
What's that?
Vicki and I were in a movie together this
Is that
fall.
true?
You were?
Where? When?
In Omaha for 3 or 4 very long weeks.
What's it called?
Out of Omaha.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When will it be released?
Actually, this conversation is its premiere.
We're supposed to do ADR next week, Dave. Did you get that message?
Oh, right. Yeah, I heard.
13 and 14 is what they're requesting. Aren't you glad you called in?
Yeah.
Also, your mother called. She wants you to check
Right.
in.
You can call in for the ADR session too. Just do this same thing.
And I want to know what's going on at the Steve Allen Theater.
Oh, well, we're doing the tribute again this weekend.
And that's the show that you're doing with your wife.
Yeah, it's a show that I co-wrote with my wife and 3 other women and that are the cast.
And it's sort of using some of the characters from that other show you were in.
It's all Kids in the Hall characters played by.
No. Isn't it? Hold it. I'm thinking of you met your wife on that other. What was that thing you met your wife on? That other show you did.
Freshman's Lotto.
Oh, that one. That's right.
Yeah,
that's where you
where
met
I
your
met
wife.
Chrissy. But
Right.
this is a show that I wrote with them and I directed.
And how's it going?
It's going very well. It's been we've put it up about 3 or 4 times now, and every time it's gone really well.
Well, that's excellent.
So we're I think we're gonna look
Really well.
for a run with it.
Robert, have you seen it?
Yes, very good.
I keep meaning to see it. Maybe I can come this weekend.
We both come tonight or tomorrow night
Very musical and very funny.
What time is it?
at 8 o'clock.
Right now it's 2:15.
Oh, let's get out of here. Bye. Just let the tape roll out on this session. We're going over to the theater.
I had an interesting comment to make
Yes.
about this episode, by the way.
Go ahead.
This was I believe, one of the many episodes that was kind of based on something real with the writers.
that's true.
Sam and Chris used to be,
No, it was just Sam Johnson, one of the
Was it
writers,
Sam?
was in the Yale Whiffenpoofs,
which we thought was hilariously funny. And
which is hilariously funny.
yes, it still is. And we were obsessed with for a while. One of the things we became.
And that's why. You think that's why Sam got the tattoos as a compensation for being a whiff and poof?
Yes, it was just an effort that didn't work to distance himself from that.
That's right.
The odd thing is, to this day, Sam is always reluctant to sing. Even if everyone's at a party, sitting around a piano, whatever, he's reluctant to sing. When the truth is, we know he must have a beautiful singing voice because
course, he was in the
that's
Whiffenpoofs.
very exclusive, all-male.
Does he ever sing for
singing
Julie?
group.
Does Julie report that he has a good voice?
I don't know.
Well, that's the
I
person.
wish
That's
she
the
were
go-to
here.
person.
I don't
I
know.
gotta say, I'm married to a singer, and she won't sing for me.
She won't?
Oh, come now. Of course she
True.
will.
She will not sing around the house.
Is she
Really?
there? Is she there right now? Get her to sing a little bit for us.
She wouldn't do it.
Not even for us?
No,
No.
no.
She must-
She never sings.
She doesn't even warm up at the house. Like she has
No.
to get ready for a show. She'll do it in the car.
And she'll
Foley.
she drives around in the car warming up. She won't warm up at the house.
That's hysterical.
Well, I talked to her, and she said that you refuse to be humorous around the house. So maybe it's an even trade.
It's a failure.
There's a we're looking at a picture of David Cross now.
Mm-hmm.
You got any other memories about this episode? I know it's hard without the picture in front of you because you were too busy today to come over to the session.
Let me think. Well,
Dave,
hey,
that's one of my favorite things about you. When people say things that are off color, your response is really always, I need to remember that.
I think it's a stalling technique.
Yeah. Because and you'll do when you don't like the question, you'll go and that gives you some thinking time too.
It also, you know what? It also gives me time for my brain to actually hear what came in through my ears.
Right. Wait, I have to tell you this really quickly. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. The other night, I was doing my show. I did City of Angels at the Frood Playhouse, and guess who was in the lobby afterwards? Our old therapist, Candace Dupuis.
Your old shrink therapist?
Yeah, we used to have the same therapist.
You and Dave?
Couples therapist. Dave, are you there?
Dave?
No, you mean Dana?
Oh, you didn't have Candace Dupuis?
Awkward.
Oh, I thought that. And then she looked at me with a blank face when I go, yeah, I just worked with Dave. And she went, okay. Oh, my God. That's right. It was Dana. I've had so many therapists.
Yeah,
Okay.
we both went to Dana.
That's right.
Did
For
you guys-
couples counseling.
Did you guys go to Dana together? Our characters aren't getting along
She'll
on the
be
show.
doing a commentary for the next episode.
We should have everyone
breaking
shrinks
up
come
both
in.
our relationships.
This is something you can talk about in therapy, too. It's good.
Right.
Next time you go.
I had a good question and I forgot it.
No one ever sang in this episode.
They started
Really?
to. They would go a 2, 3.
Well, that was the
then-
joke.
Yeah.
We kept every time they would get cut off.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, hold it. And they'd stop them every time.
The other thing that amused me was that when we first started rehearsing this, for some reason, Bob Odenkirk said, I want to say the word sagacious a whole bunch of times in this episode. And I said,
Right,
all
and
right, go ahead.
Yeah, he said-
And so I think there's 3 or 4 times where he's just somehow, for no reason, manages to work in. That is a totally sagacious remark.
Oh, come on, man. You're just being sagacious.
And I don't think he ever once used it appropriately.
No, I don't think so either.
It's a good thing.
Oh, look, there's Brian Posehn. Always
Yeah.
funny.
Well, that's the other thing. The other thing you should point out is that, for people who don't know, is that Bob Odenkirk is probably one of the most tone-deaf people on earth.
I didn't know that.
Cannot sing a note.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought we were making fun of him by asking him to be on this episode.
He does look a little
Be aware of the fact
terrorized.
that he's such a bad singer.
Spider, you have any
Cross has a beautiful singing voice.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does.
David Cross has a beautiful singing
He
voice.
sings for you at home, doesn't he,
Oh.
Dave?
All the time. He comes over. I remember years ago hearing him sing Mike Nesmith's song, Joanne. You know, and just going, wow, I didn't know you could sing.
How does that song go, Dave? Can
No,
you
don't sing it. Don't sing it. It'll cost us money.
It's going to cost $9 million.
Well, what's happening here? It looks like it's a scene in Dave's office. Dave, let me just narrate for you. Andy's crying into a tissue. Jimmy seems to be yelling at him, and Vicki and Maura are talking to the two of them. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm guessing Andy, or as we should probably call him, Matthew.
Yes.
I guess he must have done something really stupid and was being chastised.
That, you know what?
What makes you think
That
that?
would be par for the course, I would think, on this show.
Yeah, how'd you
For
come up with that?
For that crazy nut job.
Oh, now he's shaking out the sillies.
He's gonna fall soon,
Yeah.
right? Or that table's gonna crash.
No, I think it's enough that he's just shaking the sillies
Yeah.
out.
Probably so.
That was the joke here. Let's shake
Well,
the
now
sillies out.
now Jimmy seems to be very upset with him.
Yeah, tell him to stop shaking the sillies out.
Yeah, one of these times we should do the commentary on the Portuguese language version of the show, which is the only alternate language offered on the DVD set.
Show's
It
very,
is?
Yes, I don't know why.
very popular.
We're
there.
big in
Yeah.
Brazil.
You know, we
Any
run
sense?
dubbed in Argentina.
How do you know that?
We actually run subtitles.
It's
Oh, really?
interesting, given the fact that it doesn't run at all in the United States.
That's why I come here, because this is the only place that I can watch.
Yeah, really. What is that all about? Why doesn't anyone run this anymore?
We're building people's appetite for the DVD.
That's what I thought.
and then
I
as,
think it's on court TV sometime.
For the wrong reason.
No, that's just Andy.
Yeah, you got that confused.
They're just running it as evidence.
Right.
well, I don't know what's happening here at the end of this episode, but
What's Maura? She's alone
I don't know.
now.
Maura is troubled. Her brow is furrowed. She can't
She's
figure out
freaked
what
out
to
by
do.
all of us. That's what it is. And
Yeah.
so she's gonna go. What? Does she take action or is it over? Oh no, that. Oh.
Oh, now here, Dave, this is you and Phil.
Now there's Phil with blonde hair.
It's late at night in the office. The lights are low, which makes it look dingy and depressing rather than intimate, which was what the look was supposed to be. You and Phil seem to be having a heart-to-heart about something. This is during the period when you had been deposed as boss, and Lisa was the boss, and you had to sit at her old desk.
Right.
And now here come your old buddies from Chock full of notes.
Mm-hmm.
And they just said last chance for chalk. Do you remember that line? Ah, classic.
I do.
Last chance for chalk, Dave.
I think at this point, I can't even hear the show audio, but I think, Dave, you're saying, guys, it's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And something makes me think there's something else is about to be revealed, another hidden talent of Dave's, but I don't know what it is.
Yes, what was it?
Oh, hold it, they're about to sing. Somebody's off.
Way off. Isn't this it? This is my favorite.
Hang on, we're just going to listen for a sec.
Is Odenkirk singing?
Yes.
We just
They
missed
told
it.
you.
Way off, man.
Way off.
I always love
This
that.
is one of the episodes that just was repeated over and over again in the office.
It's
You know?
true.
Yes. We used to say those lines all the time.
Who wants lunch?
That's right. That's right. Then someone would go, I'm thinking of having ham.
No, I don't think so.
Way off, man. And we'd also say, now come on, Spider, now you're just being sagacious. We used to say that all the time.
Odenkirk is always funny when he plays intense.
Yes.
Angry
When he's
dude.
angry, that's when he's at his
And
funniest.
angry, kind of asshole guy. He's one of the great asshole actors.
That was the other line. Give a hoot.
That's right.
That was the big-
Yes.
Dave, even though it wasn't this episode, what are your memories of working with Joe Furey when he was a director on the show? And make it quick. We're running out of time.
That he was good. He was a good director and should do more of it. Are you doing more of it, Joe Furey?
Oh, thanks, Dave. Not at the moment, but I'd like to.
Because there is a serious shortage of people who can directing comedies that can actually direct comedies.
Oh, well, that's very nice.
Get out there and do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. You got any jobs for me?
I think Dave's looking for a job for himself at the same time. Come
Dave,
on.
why don't you and I go out and get a job together? I'll direct it. You can be in it.
Director and actor for hire comes as a pair.
You're hired.